night, a Malaysia Airlines flight with 239 people on board, including 4 Americans, has gone missing.
Delivery Malaysia 370, good morning. 370, we are ready, requesting flight number 350 to Beijing. Good night, Malaysia 370.
At 12:42 a.m. on March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 departed Kuala Lumpur for Beijing with 239 people aboard. 40 minutes later, it vanished from civilian radar without a distress call. Yet military radar showed the Boeing 777 turning back across Malaysia, and satellite signals indicated it remained airborne for almost 7 more hours. Despite years of searching, only scattered debris was recovered. The aircraft, its recorders, and the cause of its diversion remained missing. The aircraft, registration 9M-MRO, was commanded by Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, with First Officer Fariq Abdul Hamid. 10 cabin crew and 227 passengers were also aboard. The weather was calm, and MH370 climbed normally to 35,000 feet. Its last automated ACARS data report arrived at 1:07 a.m. Nothing transmitted from the aircraft reported a failure or emergency. At 1:19:26, Kuala Lumpur Control instructed MH370 to contact controllers in Ho Chi Minh City. 4 seconds later, the cockpit replied, "Good night, Malaysian 370. It was the final voice transmission. MH370 crossed waypoint IGARI at 1:20:31. Its active transponder signal then disappeared, with the last secondary radar position recorded at 1:21:13. The aircraft never contacted Vietnam. Military radar, which could still track the aircraft without its transponder, revealed what happened next. MH370 turned slightly right, then made a prolonged left turn. It crossed the Malaysian Peninsula, passed south of Penang, and continued northwest through the Strait of Malacca. Investigators concluded that the initial turnback was probably made under manual control. The final military return appeared at 2:22:12, 10 nautical miles beyond waypoint Mikar. At 2:25, the aircraft's satellite terminal unexpectedly logged back on to the Inmarsat network. It continued answering automatic checks until 8:19 a.m. 2 satellite telephone calls, made at 2:39 and 7:13, were routed towards the aircraft but went unanswered. These exchanges contained no coordinates. However, their transmission times revealed the aircraft's distance from the satellite, creating 7 possible location arcs. Frequency shifts in the signals helped investigators determine that MH370 had most likely flown south. The final log-on was probably caused by a power interruption near fuel exhaustion, placing the end of the flight close to the 7th arc in the southern Indian Ocean. The search began in the South China Sea before shifting to the Strait of Malacca and then thousands of kilometers southwest. An Australian-led sonar operation searched more than 120,000 square kilometers of seabed. A separate search in 2018 covered over 112,000 square kilometers. Neither found the aircraft. The first physical evidence appeared on July 29, 2015, when a right flaperon washed ashore on Réunion. Manufacturing records confirmed it belonged to 9M-MRO. Sections of the right and left outboard flaps were later confirmed as well. The debris proved MH370 had ended in the Indian Ocean, but it did not reveal the impact point. The evidence supports three principal possibilities. Deliberate diversion explains the manual turnback and loss of normal tracking, but investigators could not establish who controlled the aircraft or why. Depressurization, or another incapacitating event, explains the prolonged silence and apparent flight to fuel exhaustion, but not the earlier route changes. Fire or electrical failure could explain the communications losses and a turn towards Malaysia. Yet investigators found no single failure capable of explaining the entire sequence. The satellite records show approximately where MH370 ended. The debris proves it reached the Indian Ocean. But without the main wreckage, cockpit voice recorder, and flight data recorder, investigators cannot determine what caused the turnback, who remained in control, or how the final descent began.